Let me tell you something, my friend. There's a piercing reality you may encounter on your journey to purpose. Some people will laugh at your pain, mock your struggles, or dismiss your hardships as if they're insignificant. Their laughter can cut deep, making you feel isolated, misunderstood, or unworthy. But hear this. Their response is not a measure of your value or the validity of your pain. It's a reflection of their own limitations, their inability to empathize, and a sign that they're not aligned with the destiny the Creator has for you. Today, I want to talk to you about why people laugh at your pain, why this is a test of your resilience, and how to rise above their mockery to fulfill the purpose the Creator has placed within you. You see, your pain is not just a moment of suffering. It's a sacred part of your story, a refining fire that shapes you for the greatness you're called to. The Creator uses your struggles to build your character, strengthen your faith, and prepare you for your destiny. But not everyone will understand this. Some people, blinded by their own insensitivity, fear, or disconnection from purpose, will see your pain as a joke, a weakness, or something to belittle. Their laughter is not about you. It's about their inability to grasp the depth of your journey. When people laugh at your pain, it's a divine signal to anchor yourself in the Creator's love, to protect your heart, and to keep moving toward the vision He's given you. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever shared your struggles only to be met with laughter or dismissal? Maybe you opened up about a heartbreak, a failure, or a fear, and someone responded with a smirk, a joke, or a callous remark. In those moments, it's easy to feel small, to question your worth, or to hide your pain to avoid further hurt. But let me tell you something. Your pain is not a punchline. Your struggles are not a flaw. You are not defined by their laughter. You are defined by the purpose the Creator placed inside you. Their mockery is a test, and your strength lies in rising above it, knowing that your pain is preparing you for a destiny they can't comprehend. Let's talk about why people laugh at your pain. You see, their laughter often comes from a place of discomfort, ignorance, or disconnection. Some people laugh because they're uneasy with vulnerability, yours or their own, and mocking your pain is their way of avoiding it. Others laugh because they lack the empathy or maturity to understand your struggle, seeing it as trivial compared to their own concerns. And some laugh because your pain threatens them. It reminds them of their own unresolved hurts or highlights the courage you have to face what they avoid. When people laugh at your pain, it's because they're operating from a limited perspective, one that can't see the divine purpose woven into your struggles. Their laughter is about their shortcomings, not your worth. Let's talk about the Creator's design for a moment. The Creator didn't promise a life without pain. He promised a purpose through it. Your struggles, your tears, your hardships are not accidents. They're part of the process of becoming who you were created to be. The Creator uses pain to refine you, to teach you resilience, to draw you closer to Him. But not everyone will see this. Some will laugh because they're blind to the sacred work happening in your life. When people laugh at your pain, it's a divine reminder that your validation comes from the Creator, not the crowd. Your pain is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth, a testament to your strength, and a step toward your destiny. Let's talk about the power of your value. You are valuable. You are valuable not because of who understands your pain, not because of who empathizes with you, not because of who takes you seriously, but because of who you are. You were created with a purpose, with a gift, with a destiny, and that makes you inherently valuable. But here's the thing. When people laugh at your pain, they're failing to see the masterpiece you are. Their mockery doesn't diminish your worth, it reveals their blindness. Your job is to live in the truth of your value, to walk in the confidence of your purpose, to show up as the person the Creator made you to be. Don't let their laughter silence your story. Your pain is part of the testimony that will inspire others. Let's talk about confidence for a minute. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not thinking you're better than anyone else. Confidence is knowing who you are and whose you are. It's understanding that your pain, your struggles, your journey are part of the Creator's plan, and no one's laughter can take that away. When you walk in confidence, you carry yourself differently. You speak differently. You act differently. And let me tell you something. Confidence is a shield. When you're confident in your purpose, when you're clear about your value, the sting of their laughter loses its power. Their mockery becomes irrelevant because you know your pain is shaping you for greatness. When people laugh at your pain, confidence is what keeps you anchored in your worth. Let's talk about the power of boundaries. Boundaries are your protection. They're the gates you set to guard your heart, your peace, and your purpose. When people laugh at your pain, boundaries become your tool to preserve your dignity and focus. Setting boundaries means choosing who gets to hear your story, limiting the access of those who mock you, and protecting your vulnerability from those who don't honor it. Boundaries are about saying, my pain is sacred, and I won't let your laughter cheapen it. Or my purpose is too precious to be mocked. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about creating space for your healing and growth. When people laugh at your pain, boundaries ensure that your heart is reserved for those who respect your journey. Let's talk about the power of purpose. Your purpose is your anchor. It's the reason you were created. It's the impact you were designed to make. And your purpose is too valuable to be derailed by those who laugh at your pain. Their mockery is a distraction, a tactic to pull you away from your calling. But when you focus on your purpose, when you align with the Creator's plan, their laughter loses its grip. Your purpose is bigger than their insensitivity, stronger than their ridicule, greater than their misunderstanding. When people laugh at your pain, your purpose is what reminds you that your struggles are not in vain. They're preparing you for a destiny that will silence their doubts. Let's talk about resilience for a moment. Resilience is what keeps you standing when their laughter hurts. Resilience is what allows you to face their mockery and keep moving forward. Resilience is what makes you rise stronger every time you're dismissed or belittled. And let me tell you something, resilience is not something you're born with. Resilience is something you build. Every time you choose not to let their laughter define you, every time you keep pursuing your purpose despite their ridicule, every time you rise above their insensitivity, you're building resilience. You're building strength. You're building character. When people laugh at your pain, resilience is what keeps you unstoppable. Let's talk about character for a moment. Character is who you are when others laugh at your pain. Character is what you hold on to when their mockery stings. Character is what shines through when their insensitivity is real. And let me tell you something. Character is what sets you apart. Character is what makes you trustworthy. Character is what makes you influential. And when you operate in character, when you show up with integrity, when you live in alignment with your values, you attract the right opportunities. You attract the right relationships. You attract the right moments because character is magnetic. Character is powerful. When people laugh at your pain, character is what keeps you true to your purpose. Let's talk about the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about excusing their laughter. Forgiveness is not about pretending their mockery didn't hurt. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself. It's about releasing the pain, the anger, the resentment that ties you to their insensitivity. When you forgive, you're not saying their behavior was okay. You're saying your purpose is bigger than their ridicule. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a gift that allows you to heal, to grow, to step into the fullness of your destiny. When people laugh at your pain, forgiveness is what sets you free to keep shining. Let's talk about the power of discernment. Discernment is your gift. It's the wisdom to see why people laugh at your pain, to recognize their limitations, to know who deserves a place in your life. Discernment helps you identify those who mock because of their own struggles and those who are meant to walk with you in your purpose. It's the voice that says, their laughter is not my burden, or their mockery is not my truth. When you operate in discernment, you make choices that protect your heart, preserve your peace, and propel you toward your calling. When people laugh at your pain, discernment is what guides you to the relationships that honor your journey. Let's talk about the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a game changer. When you're grateful, it changes the way you see everything. It changes the way you see their laughter. It changes the way you see your pain. It changes the way you see yourself. When you're grateful, you realize that every moment of mockery is a lesson. Every instance of their insensitivity is a teacher. Every hurt is a gift. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Gratitude keeps you hopeful. Gratitude keeps you moving forward. And when you're grateful, you attract more reasons to be grateful. You attract more opportunities, more relationships, more moments of clarity. When people laugh at your pain, gratitude is what transforms their ridicule into your strength. Let's talk about clarity for a moment. Clarity is what gives you direction. Clarity is what gives you confidence. Clarity is what gives you peace. And their laughter, their mockery gives you clarity. It shows you who can't walk with you. It shows you what really matters. It shows you where you're supposed to go. And that clarity is a gift. It's a gift because it helps you make better decisions. It helps you choose better relationships. It helps you stay focused on your purpose. Clarity is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the wanderers from the warriors, the stuck from the unstoppable. When people laugh at your pain, clarity is what illuminates your path. Let's talk about the power of courage. Courage is what it takes to rise above their laughter. Courage is what it takes to keep pursuing your purpose, even when they mock your pain. Courage is what it takes to believe in your destiny, even when their ridicule stings. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the decision to act in spite of fear. And when you operate in courage, when you step out in faith, when you keep moving forward despite their mockery, you become a force. You become someone who can't be stopped. You become someone who's living in the fullness of their purpose. When people laugh at your pain, courage is what carries you forward. Let's talk about purpose again for a moment. Your purpose is not just about you. Your purpose is about the world. Your purpose is about the people you were created to serve, the problems you were created to solve, the difference you were created to make. And when you start living for something bigger than yourself, when you start giving your gift to the world, when you start making a difference, their laughter becomes irrelevant because you're too busy changing lives to dwell on their mockery. You're too busy building to worry about their insensitivity. You're too busy becoming to focus on their ridicule. When people laugh at your pain, your purpose is your fuel, driving you toward a destiny they can't derail. Let's talk about the power of action. Action is what turns their laughter into your liberation. Action is what turns their mockery into your motivation. Action is what turns your purpose into reality. And when you take action, when you keep pursuing your vision, when you start doing the work of your destiny, the world takes notice. Their laughter fades away. Their ridicule becomes a distant memory. The opportunities you've been waiting for start to come. But it all starts with your decision to act. It starts with your decision to rise above their mockery, to protect your purpose, to live in your value. When people laugh at your pain, action is what turns their insensitivity into your progress. Let's talk about moving forward for a moment. Moving forward is not about ignoring the hurt of their laughter. Moving forward is not about pretending their mockery doesn't sting. Moving forward is about choosing to live in the truth of who you are. It's about choosing to believe in the vision inside you. It's about choosing to trust that the Creator's love is greater than their ridicule. And when you move forward, when you keep taking steps, when you keep pursuing your purpose, you discover something powerful. You discover that their laughter didn't define you. Their mockery didn't stop you. Their insensitivity didn't diminish you. You discover that you are stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever knew. When people laugh at your pain, moving forward is what shapes your destiny. Let's talk about the power of community for a moment. While some people may laugh at your pain, there are others who will honor it. There are others who will see your value, who will empathize with your struggles, who will walk with you toward your destiny. And your job is to find those people. Your job is to surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, who respect your journey. Because when you have the right community, when you have the right support system, it makes all the difference. It gives you the strength to rise above mockery. It gives you the wisdom to choose wisely. It gives you the encouragement to keep going. When people laugh at your pain, the right community will lift you up and remind you of your worth. Let's talk about the power of hope. Hope is what fuels your vision. Hope is what keeps you going when their laughter hurts. Hope is what reminds you that your best days are ahead of you. And when you have hope, when you hold on to hope, when you refuse to let go of hope, no mockery can stop you. No ridicule can defeat you. No insensitivity can derail you. Because hope is the anchor that keeps you steady, even in the face of their laughter. When people laugh at your pain, hope is what keeps you alive. Let's talk about the power of belief. Belief is what fuels your journey. Belief is what keeps you going when their mockery stings. Belief is what makes you keep moving even when their laughter is loud. And when you believe in yourself, when you believe in your purpose, when you believe in your vision, it changes everything. It changes the way you show up. It changes the way you handle their ridicule. It changes the way you respond to their insensitivity. Because when you believe, you know that nothing can stop you. You know that no laughter can take away what's inside you. You know that your purpose is worth fighting for. When people laugh at your pain, belief is your compass. Let's talk about fighting for a moment. Fighting for your purpose is not about fighting against those who laugh at your pain. It's about fighting for what's inside you. It's about fighting for your dreams. It's about fighting for your destiny. And when you fight for your purpose, when you refuse to give up, when you keep going despite their mockery, you become a warrior. You become someone who's unstoppable. You become someone who's living in the fullness of their potential. When people laugh at your pain, you're fighting for what matters. Let's talk about potential for a moment. Potential is the seed inside you. Potential is the possibility inside you. Potential is the power inside you. And your potential is not diminished by their laughter. Your potential is not contingent on their empathy. Your potential is yours to cultivate, yours to unleash, yours to live out. And when you tap into your potential, when you start living in your potential, when you start walking in your potential, the world takes notice. Their laughter fades away. Their mockery becomes a distant memory. The opportunities you've been waiting for start to come. But it all starts with your decision to believe in your potential, to nurture your potential, to unleash your potential. When people laugh at your pain, your potential is unstoppable. Let's talk about unleashing for a moment. Unleashing your potential is not about being perfect. It's not about having everyone's approval. It's about taking action. It's about stepping out. It's about doing the work. And when you unleash your potential, when you start living in your purpose, when you start making a difference, their laughter becomes irrelevant because you're too busy shining to dwell on their ridicule. You're too busy building to worry about their insensitivity. You're too busy becoming to focus on their mockery. When people laugh at your pain, you're unleashing the power inside you. Let's talk about the power of legacy. Legacy is not about what you have. Legacy is about what you leave behind. Legacy is about the impact you make, the lives you touch, the difference you create. And when you're living for legacy, when you're focused on making a lasting impact, it changes the way you approach everything. It changes the way you handle their laughter. It changes the way you handle their mockery, because you know that your work is bigger than the moment. You know that your purpose is bigger than their ridicule. You know that your legacy is worth fighting for. When people laugh at your pain, you're building a legacy that will outlast their insensitivity. Now, I want to leave you with this. You are enough. You are enough just as you are. You don't need their empathy to prove your worth. You don't need their understanding to find your value. You don't need their approval to shine. You are enough because you were created with a purpose. You are enough because you carry a gift. You are enough because you were designed for impact. And no matter who laughs at your pain, no matter how loud their mockery, no matter how deep the hurt, you keep going. You keep shining. You keep living the life you were created to live. Because their laughter doesn't define you. Your purpose does. Their mockery doesn't limit you. Your destiny does. The Creator's love for you is greater than their ridicule, and it's that love that carries you into your greatness. So rise above, stay focused, and step boldly into the destiny that awaits you.